We have two Lopez's out there, David C. and David G. We're going to meet David C. He's an apprentice and a newcomer to the jockey colony, and Don August will check in with that report this morning. But to
At the Track with Sam Spear on KNBR 680, the sports leader.
This is Don August with HorseRacingNation.com, and today on Barry Backstretch Talk, I'm here with the newest apprentice at Golden Gate Fields, David C. Lopez. Now, David, before we get into your career here, we're going to talk a little bit about your bloodline. So why don't you tell everybody who your father is and why he's been in the news lately?
Well, my father is C.C. Lopez. He rides over in Aqueduct, and he's on the ride of his life right now. El Kabir, on the Derby Trail. He's right there in the top 5, and never in a Derby, never won a Grade 1. This is huge for him.
He's got over 4,000 wins in his career. I think the last Grade 2 he won was back in 2009. So when this was coming about, when he got the chance in El Kabir, did he talk to you guys at all about it, or was it kind of a surprise to you when he got the horse and when the horse won the Gotham?
Well, I think it started out as a pickup mount, and he win first. I think it was the Excelsior or the Jerome or something like that, and ever since then the hype just kept going.
Well, you have other family relatives that are riders or have been riders. Is this widespread throughout your family?
Yeah, this is all we've ever known. We were born into it, raised on it. This is all we know. My grandfather's a rider, my dad's a rider, I had 2 uncles that were a rider, my cousin's a rider. That's all we know, really. This is what we do.
And how many are still riding right now?
My father's riding, and my brother's riding, and my cousin is riding, Jose Ferrer.
And your brother is at Turf Paradise?
He's at Turf Paradise right now.
Now, you started your career starting riding at Monmouth first?
Yeah, I started at Monmouth, broke my maiden there, and then kind of took some time off to gallop. I ended up with Bob Baffert in California for a few years and was perfectly content. And then one day my dad called me to start riding again. This is what we do. You can't just be a gallop boy the rest of your life. So next thing you know, he drags me out to Indiana. It's kind of slow. We don't do much. Go to Monmouth. Don't do much. And then my brother called me to come to Turf and started doing good. Went 18 races there, and it's been all right so far. And then me and Dennis Patterson got together not too long ago, and we've been doing pretty well over here in Golden Gate.
So now, growing up the son of a jockey, racing was always in your life, but did you think you'd be a jockey from the beginning, or was it something that came to you a little bit later?
I've always wanted to be a jockey. I was always watching my father riding races, being in the jocks room. It's always what I wanted. Always what I wanted.
Do you think that put a little more pressure on you now that you've started to be a good rider since you have it in the bloodlines, or has it been a help to you?
It's actually the reason I waited so long to ride. Everybody in my family was pressuring me to ride, and it was really just pushing me away. So that was another reason I started galloping over riding races. But they let me do it on my own this time, and it's been much better.
So now you're galloping and you switch to being a rider. Is there a different style you have to learn from being a gallop boy to a jockey, or is it pretty much the same thing, you just had to take it to a higher level?
It depends on who you gallop for. Galloping for Baffert, I really learned to let him relax when they're going that quick. He likes happy gallops, 2-minute licks almost every day, so that probably helped me out more than anything with my career.
Do you think coming over to the West Coast is what really helped you start to flourish as a rider, or do you think you could be doing just as good if you were still back east?
I think California is very good to me, especially NorCal. It was a little tougher back east, I think California's helped me out very much so.
Do you think being away from your father's name has helped? I mean, trying to start yourself up on the West Coast rather than being C.C. Lopez's son riding near where he is?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't go anywhere back east without them, mentioning me as C.C.'s son, so it kind of helps being out of his shadow and starting my own thing.
So you got over to Turf Paradise, and you said you won, I think you said 18 races over there. What did riding a lot at Turf Paradise do for you as a rider, or how did it help you?
It taught me how to win being at Turf Paradise. I mean, everything else, the horses weren't that great. The quality of everything there is not that great, but you still learn how to win and what position to be in to win a race and whatnot.
And then when you got the call to come here to Golden Gate, what was your first reaction?
I was really nervous because my business just started picking up at Turf Paradise. I didn't want to come to Golden Gate, start all over, and, maybe not do good. But Aaron Greider and JR they convinced me enough to come up here, and it's been great.
Coming from turf to Golden Gate, it's kind of a different level of horses, different level of riders. What has gotten you better here than when you were over there?
The Tapeta. The Tapeta makes all the difference, I think. I love the surface. Ever since the first day, I've loved it. I don't know, it's almost like riding the turf every single race out there. That's probably the biggest thing for me here.
As you improved, what about your riding style has gotten better? Have you been able to critique yourself?
I think I've become much better on the lead. Being able to relax the horse, even when he's going fast. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing for me here.
Is it a different kind of riding style when you're on the lead as to when you have to step back and make a run at the end?
Yeah, big time. You got to be a lot more patient. You got to know what spot to go in and what not to go in, and what, if you have to angle out, or if there's somebody on the rail's getting out, so you're going to stay on the rail. I'd prefer to be on the lead, but catching them at the wire is just as fun.
Did you have any goals set for yourself when you either went to the West Coast or when you came here?
No, I just wanted to make a living, that's all. I just wanted to ride races, go home, and come back in the morning, that's it.
And now you've won, I think, 32 wins in your career.
Yes.
So you've won quite a few races since you've been here. Has this picked up faster than you thought it might?
Yeah, way more. I never thought it would go this well here, ever.
So now that you're here, is it Bay Area somewhere you want to at least make a home for the time being?
Well, the original idea was to go to SoCal after this, but I don't think I want to go after that. I literally fell in love with this area.
Yeah, what about future goals? Everyone jockey has somewhere they want to get to. Have you been able to sit down and actually think where you want to get to at the end of your career, or what kind of race you want to ride in, or is it a little too early yet to make those kind of predictions?
I want to go home. I want to ride in New York. That's the place to make it there. Money's great. The prestige is even better over there. That's where I want to be. And it's home.
And until then, you're riding with the number one jockey in wins of all time, Russell Bays. What has riding with some of the guys here taught you already that you didn't maybe know before you got here?
Patience. These guys let you be patient. They don't rush you the whole race. I mean, you can actually, sit down and ride a race without being, pushed the whole way at a, so-called lesser track.
Does your dad call you now? Does he watch your races here? Does he is he the first one on the phone critiquing you afterward, or at least watch and pay attention?
He's always critiquing me. Even when I win, he's always nitpicking at something I could have done or should have done. He's always nitpicking at me. Even when I think I rode a great race, he's always got something to say.
So after a race, either a good race or a bad race, who's the first person to contact you with some helpful advice?
Aaron Greider usually calls me as soon as I mess up a race, so he's probably the best. I listen to him just as much as my father because he tells me straight up, no love behind it. My father, he just wants me to be perfect out there. He gets after me, but he just wants me to be perfect out there.
Did you ever ride races against him?
Yeah, I've ridden against my father and my brother, but never both of them in the same race. That I want to do. I
guess that would be something. I don't know if that's ever going to happen since your dad's winding down his career. You're just getting going on yours, and you're all in different places, but that would be something to see. I don't know if it's ever been done where a father and two sons have ridden together.
No, I don't think so. My father's ridden with his father, but that was about it. I don't know any other families that have done that.
Good luck to you the rest of the way. You've done a great job since you've been here. The fans are getting to know your name, and best wishes, best of luck.
Thank you. I love it out here.